Alright, so I can remember myself kind of, talking to myself in my head, doing this and that, feeling like I'm a Norman Bates from freaking Bates Motel, just chatting shit to myself in my head at the start of the year, and I was saying to myself, all of these artists are releasing music, this and that. You got a new Post Malone album that was possibly going to come out this year. Of course, we did end up getting it. Was it good? Yeah, it was pretty decent. And then we got, again, a bunch of new music after that. New Harry Styles album. Was it good?
It's the biggest piece of dog shit that I have ever heard.
I don't know if I should have made that joke saying Harry Styles' album was shit, because now I think every single feminist known to mankind is gonna probably try and hang me nutsack first. But anyway, an artist who I was kind of thinking of at the start of the year was Chris Brown. I remember thinking to myself, what actually happened to this guy? Because I feel like no one ever really talks about Chris Brown anymore. I feel like he, in 2018 to 2019, was like really nearly at the top of the game, where he had Freaky Friday come out in 2018, where I remember every single person was singing that. I remember being on school camp and just hearing a bunch of like white kids singing the part where Chris Brown constantly says, "What up, my nigga? What up, my nigga? Big ups, my nigga. We are my nigga." Can I really say the N-word? I just remember every single white kid, like, I don't know, they turned into freaking Michael Jordan or some shit. Just any random black guy, and just somehow managed to rap every single word from that song perfect. I don't know, I just remember sitting on the bus and it was like nearly every single white kid around me, their skin color literally like changed, and they just started singing words rather that they probably shouldn't be singing. And I remember the teachers, they took the speaker off, everyone was like, "What the fuck?" But again, Chris Brown was that big, he caused that. He caused 100 white kids on a bus to sing inappropriate words in the song that they probably shouldn't be singing. He all caused that. Then in 2019, he released his album Indigo, and had a bunch of really good songs on it, one being with Drake that became a massive TikTok sensation, where nearly every single white chick was then singing inappropriate words they probably shouldn't be singing. Yeah, nearly every single white chick knew that song word from word. It was a global phenomenon on TikTok. I mean, it was what it was. Chris Brown was absolutely on top of the world. He had every single white person known to mankind loving his music. And then after 2019, it just seemed like he disappeared. He went away. I didn't hear from Chris Brown, like, for a very long time. I remember thinking, where the hell did this guy go? The only time I'd ever hear of Chris Brown is when people would constantly bring up the fact that he allegedly beat Rihanna. But I mean, if you look at Chris Brown and you look at Rihanna, I swear she's like, no offense, but she looks like she could beat the fuck out of Chris Brown. I'm not even gonna cap. But yeah, no, at the end of the day, he did what he did. She did what she did. I'm pretty sure they both, tapped each other more than a couple of gay dudes.
Nice.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened there. I didn't hear from him in 2020. I didn't hear from him in 2021. And then I remember in early 2022, I was just thinking, where did this guy go? Why did he disappear? Like, he's a ghost now. Call him Casper, because he's not here. You can't see him. I don't know where he went. But then, things started to change. He announced a new album called Breezy, which, I mean...
I woke up Chris Breezy.
And then, of course, he released a couple of new songs on there. Well, by a couple, I mean the 45 he releases on every album. And the album didn't do so hot. It didn't do so hot at all. He had a song with Jack Harlow, the dude that was on the KFC bucket. The album didn't do that well. In fact, I believe it was one of Chris Brown's only albums out of his last couple that didn't hit number 1. In fact, I think it hit number 4, which by Chris Brown's standards is not very good. Then something changed. A couple months after that album, his song with Wizkid, who I would just like to add, Wizkid is he's a great artist. He is a really good artist. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's that dude that makes random orgasm sounds on that one Drake song. But the song Call Me Every Day, featuring him, actually started to get some streams and actually looked like it was going to be the song on the album that eventually blew up. of course, it hasn't, I wouldn't say it has blown up, but it's definitely starting to get more and more streams to the point where Chris Brown was like, shit, I gotta release a music video to this. He did. It's a very beautiful looking music video. The song is very good as well, and it's kind of feeding into the trend of Afrobeat seem to be the way future for some of these artists. It seems like these African type of hip-hop music, the pop music, and just all the beats that come with it is really somewhat undiscovered. And Justin Bieber is very much capitalizing on this with some of his latest songs. One of them, which he recently just released. Fuck, I'm gonna be honest, I can't remember what it's called. Here you go. Let me go through my history, because I remember I did search it up. Lana Rhoades, Gangbang, Rebel Redhead, Gets Dominated. It's probably not what I want. And now my Snapchat's going off. Jesus Christ, it's like my friends can hear me talking about Lana Rhoades getting dominated. Anyway, it's called Attention. Sorry to get off track, but it was by a dude named Omar Lay featuring JB. It's got around 50 million streams. He also jumped on this song Essence, which was a remix, again, originally done by Wizkid and Tems. And of course, in his last album, Justice, he took a lot of inspiration from Afrobeat type of music. Doing Somebody, which was a little bit like it from Remembrance, and then Loved by You with Burna Boy, I think was like it as well. And I'm pretty sure there was another one, I just can't remember what that was. So yeah, it seems to be the way for the future. He did that song with Wizkid, it is doing pretty well. Again, it should be doing a lot better. But what it ended up doing was somewhat encouraging people to listen to Chris Brown again. And clearly some crazy motherfucker out there thought, hold on a second, Chris Brown's had some really good undiscovered music that hasn't blown up like it should have. This song should be blowing up. It hasn't yet. It wouldn't be the only one. So basically, people went through Chris Brown's last couple songs and really listened through everything. And then one song ended up catching, I think, a lot of people by surprise. Actually being a song called Under the Influence was a song that did relatively well on the deluxe to his album Indigo, but never blew up, similar to his one that he recently released with Wizkid. Until, again, white basic chicks on TikTok got hold of it, and now it is one of Chris Brown's biggest songs, and one of his biggest that he has released in the last couple of years, even actually charting in the Spotify top 50, and I believe getting that high. I think it got to like top 15 at one stage too, getting over, I think, 2.5 million streams a day. The song has absolutely blown up as well. Chris Brown even, I think, is going to be releasing it as a full single from the album, and has said that he will be releasing a music video to it, which should possibly be out by the time of this video coming out. Again, it was all basically because Chris Brown decided to release a new album with a couple of really decent, listenable songs, like the one with Wizkid, that people decided to go through some of the older stuff they may have missed. And of course, some people, especially those TikTok goers, found some definite nice TikTok material where they ended up turning into sounds, and Under the Influence was the perfect product of that. A very, very good song. And again, people have done remixes of it where it is a slow remix, a fast-pitched remix, and the song is just overall blown up heaps. And this is making me think that this is not going to be a one-off for Chris Brown. I have a feeling this is going to happen a lot more in the future, and you guys can 100% take my word from that. Again, the one that he did with Drake a couple years ago wasn't the only one that's going to blow up on TikTok. We've now seen Under the Influence blow up in the last month or two, and I think a lot more will come. So essentially, Chris Brown's career has been, like, put back on the spotlight and revitalized through TikTok somehow. Again, I don't know how it keeps doing it, but Chris Brown, I think he still had like 28 million monthly streamers or something, 30 million monthly streams. Now it's gone all the way up to 39.5 million per month, like an extra, I'm pretty sure, 10 million gain or so. And again, this is not only just because of Under the Influence blowing up, but a whole ton of other songs here and there as well, like the one he did with Wizkid, starting to gain more traction and becoming a lot more listenable, and something people want to actually listen to. And I feel like this is going to continue with Chris Brown. Again, we've seen so many singers hop on this TikTok trend, Jason Derulo being probably the biggest one, and I think Chris Brown is probably going to feed into this a lot more. Again, shout out to Baby. He's another dude that's capitalized off TikTok. But of course, if you haven't already, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to comment your thoughts and opinions on this down below. Do you guys think TikTok kind of revitalized or put Chris Brown back in the spotlight? But anyone, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel for more videos like this one, and definitely don't forget to comment your thoughts and opinions down below. Are you guys listening to Chris Brown again in 2022? Are you guys excited that the man, the myth, the legend is like back in the... The man, the myth, the legend is back in the game. Again, leave a like, subscribe, and comment, and I guess I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Through the wastelands, through the